And you can tell that both teams will be a little on edge in this one, given the rivalry these teams have. It could be an emotional game.
And who doesn't love this stuff? Two teams that have beef. Look, the stakes are a little bit higher, and it should make this a very interesting matchup.
Pass to Christie. Now Barrett. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. For the three. Here's Mobley. Second shot opportunity. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And you can't let Mobley roam free on the offensive glass. This is how you get burned.
Since his first day in the league, Richard, Evan Mobley has been an elite defender.
And that's why he's been compared to Hall of Famers like Kevin Garnett. But we still need to see him develop the offensive end for those comparisons to be fair.
Now here's Levine. 5 to shoot. And it's Suggs with the rebound. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks, Kevin. Greg Popovich and I did speak a few minutes ago. We discussed the prospect of facing off against Zach LaVine. Coach said Zach is an uber athlete. He can jump out of the gym, but he also has such a nice three-point shot, it makes LaVine a headache. We'll switch up who's guarding him as the game progresses. Of course, LaVine can beat you so many different ways. That'll be fun to watch tonight. Guys?
Okay, David, thanks. Here's Valanciunas. And it's right, sending it back.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 fall.
Barrett, no good.
Just enough resistance to force the miss. Barely. That's one he'll generally make.
They get it back. Kleba. LaVine wide open. Drops in the tray.
And LaVine takes a lot of threes for this very reason. Such an effective shooter.
And a wide open look for Valanciunas. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Pass to Kleba. Back to Cunningham. Here's Wright. He's looking for Kleba and finds him. And off there, he misses his first shot of the night. Here's Barrett. Gallinari with the rebound. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Back to Cunningham. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Pass to Christie. Off target from three-point range. Cunningham gets the bucket.
And this is the beauty of Cunningham. He can score from anywhere on the floor. That length, obviously, a huge advantage.
Now, here's Barrett. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. It's deflected. Suggs looking around. And the foul called on Cade Cunningham. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Knocked loose. Mobley left side. And stolen by Wright. LaVine inside the three-point line. Money from the wing. LaVine's got 5 now.
That may be not the highest percentage of looks right there, but look, you can't argue with results, I guess.
Pass to Christie. Sinks the triple.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's LaVine. 5 points in the game. And, Richard, you look back, Zach LaVine has been one of those microwave-type players. He can get hot in a blink of an eye.
Zach LaVine is one of those players that when he catches fire, there is nothing you can do about it. He can score from deep, multiple level score. And when he gets going, ooh, it could be a problem.
In the corner, it's Valanciunas. And it's off from three-point range. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And what strikes me about Cade Cunningham is he's still growing. He's still capable of doing more on the floor. And he has the work ethic and attitude to make those improvements and become a real factor on the floor.
Outside for Bagley. The three-pointer off the mark. 1:31 left to play here in the first. And it's right missing.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
And you have to feel for him. That's the kind of miss that will stick with you for a little bit.
Now here's LaVine. Jalen Suggs unable to get his last shot to go.
Oh, boy, Zach LaVine. Sheesh, that was mean.
Bagley with a wide open look. Buries it from three-point range.
And far from the best shot, but all the that matters is the end result. Somehow he sinks it.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with this guy. 1:02 left to play in the first quarter.
John Collins, Kelly Oubre Jr., Jordan Poole.
Pass to LaVine. The kick out to Poole. Oubre inside the three-point line. Evan Mobley with the rebound. Here's Barrett. Here's Christie. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor. And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
Greg, it's not the first skill you think about, but Jordan Poole is unreal at the foul line.
I mean, led the league in 22 at 92.5%, beating out teammate Steph Curry by 0.2%. Poole's always been amongst the league leaders in attempts.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's Poole, rebounded by the Spurs.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Pass to Bagley. And finished off by Bagley.
And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
Tie game in San Antonio. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we...
50. The away team. 50.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. Guys, what's your take on the Spurs so far?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
They're playing for one another and focusing on making winning plays. You love to see it.
Here's Johnson. Barrett wide open. He fires. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Barrett's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Cunningham gets the bucket.
Just showing some grown man strength there. Cunningham gifted at working through the contact.
And it's Bagley in the corner. Pass to Christie. Here's the three. And again, it's San Antonio with a three.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're hitting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
Wide open look here for Zubac. Nice form on the 20-footer. We play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Here's Christie. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
In the corner, it's Oubre. And taken away by Johnson. The finish. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top. But instead, he'll shoot free throws.
He's just so mobile and agile for his size. You don't see a lot of players like him. So Mobley, he always just gets defenders to foul him.
And eventually, every player, GA, has to grapple with age, realizing they've lost a step or two against the young fellas. And sometimes, that is a very slow realization.
Oh, it is, Kevin. Hopefully, by that point, it's less about financial security and more about prolonging the inevitable, simply for the love of the game.
Here's Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, Kevin, not a penny, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. Bagley from outside. It's hauled in by Zubac. Here's Cunningham.